Express yourself, express yourself, express yourself, express yourself, release it, go, take the flow, and work your low. Express yourself.
Interaction to Diplo, thanks to you.
Take the flow, Diplo.
We were on, yeah, but before that, you're like, well, we're thinking about seeing Diplo in Vegas.
Express yourself.
Check him out.
Put your back in it.
Showed me this. I'll show you the video and stuff. But people would choose to call it. There's so much twerking going on, it's ridiculous. Most twerking I've ever seen. Well, I love this thing.
Get low. Nah.
You like the EDM? You a fan?
Kids speak.
I know. All right, without further ado, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tool Show. There, I don't know where it is. It's over there. Look at that. We got a whole new. Can I pick my nose? A whole new setup. Look at it. Wow, man, we spent a good, 5 minutes doing this or something.
That's
Man,
funky
and it shows, doesn't it?
It does.
All 5 minutes.
You know what I noticed mostly
What?
is we're only over here now.
Yeah, I know. You know why?
Why?
How?
Oh,
How? Look at there.
Oh my
I'm bringing it
my
sort of in a kind of a ghetto-ish way.
well,
But what can you expect? I mean, come on.
pretty much that.
So today we're talking about remarketing. Follow your prospects like a bad rash.
Like a bad rash.
Yeah. So you love the remarketing, hate the remarketing. What do you think?
It can be really, really good if you do it right.
Have you seen bad remarketing?
Yes.
What is bad remarketing? Like, what does that look like?
Probably more like what we're gonna try and sell people on today, I think.
Anything that we lead with a email headline like follow your prospects around like a bad rash.
Yes.
That's probably
Bad rash.
Yeah, that's that part. I love remarketing.
Nice.
You know why?
No.
Because of this bull crap right here. This right here is just a random fistful of junk that I asked you to take from the pile of junk over there that someday we're hoping maybe we will recycle.
Yeah.
Although we probably will never, because what happens is you go on vacation and I'm like, I'm cleaning this damn place and I just throw it in the trash.
You didn't
Every
recycle
time.
it
No,
last
never,
time?
never.
You told me you did.
Yeah, of course I told you. Make you happy.
Bastard.
So here, look, Quill. Stay warm. We deliver. I can get some Maxwell House. Do you know how much we love Maxwell House?
It's my favorite.
Oh, we could get us $100 off of this shitty chair. And here's some HP toner for the HP, bull crap. Right here, we have lumber liquidators, of course. Incredibly low prices for when you're liquidating your lumber. Yeah, can't even open the thing.
I think they get it.
No,
It's
we
junk
haven't
mail.
gotten it. Look,
They
10
have
to
their
20% off of this. That's your Clearance Cleveland. Hold on.
What's
One
that over
more.
there?
Where? Here. Overcome your challenges. I hate mail. I hate it, and I hate it so hard. It drives me insane. I'm like ruining one thing. They want me to save the universe. They want to save the planet. They could stop sending me that crap. I'm over it so hard. I mean, no. Like, they want me to, eat lettuce the rest of my life and walk to work. Or I don't know how they want me to save the planet. How do they want me to save the planet? Kill myself? How do they want me to do it?
You get all that from junk mail?
Yeah, the one thing I want to do to save the planet, they're like, well, not that, sir.
Oh.
There will be no not getting the junk mail. I mean, where's the button to turn off the junk mail?
Fair enough.
Yeah, no. That's the one thing. So here's the deal. We're going to talk a little bit about remarketing. And you might say, well, goodness gracious, Sage, what is the remarketing? I'm so glad you asked. Here, hold on. Our new set's, look
Work in progress.
Yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think. If you love it, hate it, whatever, leave your comments in the comment box. If you're new, welcome to the Tools Show, by the way. We're the Tools.
How remarketing works.
Yeah, here it is. Look, there's a picture. I stole it from Google. You add a remarketing tag. It's a small snippet of code you get from your AdWords across your site pages. So this is AdWords.
Okay.
But any remarketing tool works this way. We're going to talk about all different kinds, or at least until the show, until the show ends. But you need a piece of code.
All right.
And typically you now put it on all your pages, right? I think that's the deal, is it goes on all of your pages. And then what you do is you build remarketing lists for any of your web pages, such as your most popular product category. So if you see this fancy little leopard shoe right here, you can organize. So you put one piece of code typically on your entire site, and then you can say, well, leopard shoe page, I want to build an audience for leopard shoe, because not everyone loves the leopard shoe, surprisingly. And so you
build a list.
You build as many lists as you want.
Okay.
You could have a list where it could be somebody that goes to your shopping cart but doesn't buy.
Okay.
So you can have a list that says either or, like this happened but this did not happen. So you can do that. So then you do that, then you build your list, yes. Then when people visit these pages on your site, they'll be added to your remarketing lists. See there? Who do you think likes the leopard page? I'm going to say Tan Man. Tan Man likes it for his fun nights out.
Oh, good.
I think. Yeah, whatever his, But that's the beauty of remarketing. See Tan Man there? You wouldn't know that he's got a thing for a high heel leopard shoe under normal circumstances. He likes to keep that on the down low.
Okay.
But he is indeed in the market for them.
Okay.
Because at about 3 a.m. on Saturday morning or Saturday night or whatever you call it, I don't know, sometime, he's shopping around the shoe store looking at all the leopard prints.
Okay.
You see? And so now you can message to him discreetly, like, hey, Tan Man, look at these beautiful leopard shoes. And he'll go, oh my gosh, I love that leopard shoe. I have to get it, you see? The junk mail people would never know Tan Man loves leopard shoes. Would never know. They're just guessing. They think he wants lumber, people. Then you create a campaign to show ads only to those on the dress shoe list or the leopard shoe list. When they search for dress shoes or leopard shoes, sells size 12 leopard shoe pumps, or related terms on Google, or while they browse the display network. These messages can be tailored based on pages they visited. So you can just go on and on. So they go over here. So what this one over here with this fancy little thing on the left, this is your site, right? They went. So Tan Man was over here looking at leopard print shoes. And then he's like, oh, I need to read the news. I need to see what's going on in the Drudge Report because, I like to pretend I'm a conservative Republican at my law office, And he goes to, not the Drudge Report, I don't know, Rush Limbaugh's site, because Drudge doesn't do it. But he goes to Rush Limbaugh's site and pow, what does he see? Size 12 leopard pumps. And he's like, oh my God, how does Rush know? I love leopard print pumps. That's how it works. And remarketing can help you bring back customers to your website and drive up sales, people. Drive them right up. So there you go. Does that make sense?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
A little long in the tooth.
Yeah, true. Oh, Stephen T says, love the set. Greg, where is the penguin? Oh, look at this. Kitty. Oh, man, they're coming in. That's hot, says Archer Moody Greystone. Not as hot as Archer Moody Greystone's name, may I say. Here, you make an impregnable point. I don't know what that means. I forget which point it was.
That over there.
Oh, well, how? Then they're going to read it all. Is that okay? I guess that's
okay.
okay.
Over on the other.
Oh, my Lord.
Right.
Oh, my
look
God.
At you.
Oh, my God. Oh, you're such a genius, Greg. Okay, good idea. Yes. Okay, Kitty asks a very good question. Kitty says, what about opt-out? Do you need an opt-out on your website for remarketing legally or morally? Oh, morally, Kitty. Isn't that a sweet question?
It's nice.
What do you think? Can you opt out? No. In Europe, I believe. Now, I'm not really expert in European marketing, but I believe Europe has this thing where you have to designate on the site that there is tracking code on the site.
Like there's parts of, I don't know if it's all Europe or
Yeah, I
just
don't know.
London or
The
whatever.
uppity parts.
But yeah, like if you use a cookie,
if you use a cookie, which this would technically be.
and then if you use a cookie, then you have to let people know, and sometimes you'll see it. But on like British websites, there'll be a tiny little pop-up at the bottom or the top.
Yep.
And it's just like, just to let you know, we use a cookie, just like every website on planet Earth. So,
But whatever.
welcome to London.
That's right.
But so
don't eat GMO
no,
food.
legally you do not need any sort of opt-out. You do not need to let anybody know that you're tracking them, putting them on a list, or anything like that. Morally, if you're going to bring that question up, you probably shouldn't be in marketing.
That's true. Morally and marketing are one of those things that
like M&Ms.
Like I did not have sexual relations with that woman. That is the kind of morally we're talking about here. You know.
Yeah.
Yes, of course it's moral. All of this is moral.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. But what I can say is, I would say it's not immoral. I would say spamming people's email inbox is more immoral, right?
I would say everybody that has a lot of money and a lot of time is doing this to their customers.
Yeah.
Either online or offline, they're doing it.
Yeah, this is happening.
You're being profiled.
Yes.
Get over it.
Yeah, this is it.
Welcome.
Yeah. It's one of those things like in the 90s, everybody offshored all of manufacturing out of America into China or wherever. And if you didn't do that because you wanted to morally stand up for America, you went out of business. Usually, because
There was a lot
everybody
of
else
that.
so it's one of those kinds of things.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say yes, highly moral. Now I will say that I think Google requires a privacy page.
Google requires a privacy page but that's an AdWords thing.
Okay.
And it's if you're collecting personal information. So, for example, if you collect a form, right,
Yes.
for a lead or something like that, and you're taking their name, their email, phone number, whatever it is,
Yes.
you have to have a privacy disclaimer linked on that page. That's just
That's
like, hey, I'm going to sell it to everybody, or I'm not going to sell it to anybody, or whatever.
Yeah. And there's a remarketing network that we've used in the past, AdRoll, and they will not run your ads if they can't find your privacy page. So, yeah. So that's the one thing. Yeah. Okay. All righty. So here, this is just a kind of a recap of the whole deal. Add remarketing tags to your site, create remarketing lists, build remarketing campaigns that use your list. That's basically it. And it can be as detailed as you want.
Right.
Down to the product if you have enough customers.
Now,
right?
that being said, when you're building a list, each different ad network has a minimum number of people that need to be in the list before your ads can start showing.
Like what is it, like 1,000?
Well, it depends on the network.
Okay.
So in AdWords, for example, it's 100.
100.
So you need 100 people on your list in order to remarket to them. You know, and then there's a window you can set your window of like 30 days, 45 days. Keep these people on the list for 120 days. Like, they don't really care, but you're set a threshold, right?
Yes.
And then you got to fill that bucket, and then you can start serving those ads.
Nice. Yeah, so every network has a different level. I would say that's probably the lowest number, right?
AdWords is pretty low, but the rest of them, it's like a race to the bottom.
They're coming down.
Yeah.
Twitter has this, but they want a lot, I think, don't they?
Yeah, they want much more.
Yeah, I forget.
So there's a couple more questions. I know we got to plow through this, but
right.
So Archer wrote.
Archer Moody Greystone.
Lovely name.
Love it.
Good, madam, sir.
Yes, whatever you are.
Can you go over the tech stuff again? Where do you put this code? Okay, the code comes from the ad network.
It'll give it to you.
When you're setting up your thing, it'll give you the code, and it usually goes in the footer of your website. So on every page of your website.
Right before the end body tag.
You got it. You just
and you just put it in there.
slap it
Yeah,
in there.
and if you're using a content management system like WordPress or something like that, you usually just put it in that footer file, and it just propagates throughout the whole thing.
You got it.
Yeah, so that's it.
Focus. Is that
Yeah.
how you say that?
I
Focus?
think I like it though. I like
Or
it.
faux. It could be faux
It's like
CVS.
yes.
Like a fake CVS.
Oh yes.
Can remarket traffic that went to one of my competitor sites, not even through Google.
Ah.
Yes.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Not in Google, right?
No.
But
I think that's a
so I don't know what you're thinking, but one thing I was thinking is you could in Facebook market to people that liked another Facebook page, right?
Yes. Yeah, and you can market to people on Twitter that are friends of your competitors on Twitter.
Right.
But it's not exactly remarketing.
No, that's a little different.
There are networks that will do what you're talking about, but they're very, very pricey.
Yeah, big, expensive.
Big. I mean, minimum of $5,000 spend a month.
Or
I mean,
more,
they want more, but so it's a minimum.
Yeah.
Only big players play with that.
Yeah.
And that's probably a topic for another show.
Yeah, right on. But technically, for sure, I mean, that will come. Like, you know, the one thing I wish I could do is that I wish I could buy an ad in Facebook on the Sage Rock Facebook page and send it to my followers, my personal followers.
Oh, like not the company followers, but the personal ones.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Can't do it. More reasons to use remarketing. Reach people when they're most likely to buy. Okay, so what'll happen is like this will happen almost instantly these days. Like, you look at a product on Amazon and you go over to Facebook and bam, there's the product right there.
Yes.
Lists tailored to your advertising goals. Customize your remarketing list to achieve specific advertising goals. For example, you can create a shopping cart abandoners list to show ads to people who had added something to their cart but didn't complete a transaction.
So both of these things are actually very powerful. You know, the reach them when they're most likely to buy is the same thing as like, hitting a lead when they're hot. You know, like if that lead comes in and you're not contacting them like right away, it's going cold.
Yes.
Right? I mean, and the longer it sits, the colder it gets.
Always.
Because they're reaching out to you right at that moment because they're thinking about your services.
That's right.
So tailoring the list based on shopping cart abandons, also very good because with remarketing specifically, you can be like, okay, this person put this cup in their shopping cart and they didn't buy it. But if I want them to buy it, and let's say I have a 20% markup on this cup, maybe I could do something like, hey, free shipping on this cup.
Yeah.
If you click through or use this coupon code, and then you'll get them back. You give them a little bit of offer, just to make them go, get it.
Gotta do it. I wanted that cup. Yeah. Large scale reach. You can reach people on your remarketing list as they use Google search and browse over 2 million websites and mobile apps that are part of the Google Display Network. So this is Google's talking, but so, that's the deal is basically what you're doing is you're remarketing to people that are on Google products or are posting Google ads in their display network. Efficient pricing, you can create high-performance remarketing campaigns with automated bid strategies. So a lot of times, do you think that remarketing is a little bit less per click than a traditional AdWords cost?
Oh, yeah.
So the cost per click is less.
The cost per click is definitely less.
Interesting.
But you still have to use it correctly.
Yeah.
Like I see people that just blanket target everybody that's come to their entire site.
Yeah.
And it's just like, here's a generic ad. And that's okay.
Right.
That's fine, but I don't know. Like
now, Google in the last few months came out with something kind of cool. Up until recently, it was basically you were buying display network, like pictures or even text space inside of a display area.
Right.
But now you can remarket for phrases in Google. So like in our case, we might use the phrase SEO. So we wouldn't want to necessarily come up for the word SEO in a general population because it's too expensive and just waste a lot of money. But if somebody has come to our website and goes back to Google and types in the word SEO.
Right. So in your case scenario here, it's like they come to my website.
Yeah.
They leave my website.
Yeah.
And then in whatever time frame, they go back to Google.
Yeah.
And they do a search on like one of my services.
Yeah.
Then I can serve an ad based on the fact that it's that person and that keyword.
Yes.
Pretty
hot.
nice.
Pretty nice.
Pretty hot.
Yep. Easy ad creation, create multiple. Yeah, do you find that true? So you don't think it's that easy?
Well, I mean, you gotta. It takes time.
Well, there's an ad display maker.
Yeah, and that can be cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
And what I find is most ads for me that get served are the text ads.
Yeah,
I mean-
and I often find that those aren't the ones that convert as much.
Interesting.
you
Yeah.
know, but it's mileage may vary.
What would you suggest? Like, this could be a barrier for people. Like, how am I going to build a banner ad?
I mean, if you are savvy enough to use Photoshop and you have an eye for
Yeah.
stuff that looks good and you can do it, then
Yeah.
make an
you
ad.
just get the sizes they want
Yep.
and you build out the sizes.
But
There
a lot
are-
of times people make some ugly ads. Ugh.
There's also banner makers. If you just go into Google and type in banner maker,
Yep.
usually they want some money though.
Yep.
And then we've had a lot of luck finding a good designer, say on Odesk.
Sure.
And they'll make the whole series of them for
Sure.
us for, I don't know, $50-$60 or
Yeah,
something like that.
not too much.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. All right, visibility. All right, you get it. You get the idea there. Creating a standard. Okay, this is kind of small, but so this is the general gist. What you're going to do in here is you're going into AdWords. You click on the campaign area, and then you click down on the display network only in here. So it'll like when you create a campaign in AdWords, you click campaign, then display network only, and then there will be a remarketing radio button that you push, and then that will say, hey, what list do you want to advertise to? And
That is tiny.
no, that's the lamest of all slides. Never make a slide like that.
Why does it say?
Instead, do one like this with about 500 words on it.
Great.
Because everybody
loves
these.
the words.
Yeah. So here you do. You click the set up remarketing button, which is just the next step of where I was, and then it says step 1. AdWords will create a remarketing tag for you that you'll be able to either email the tag to yourself or your webmaster along with instructions on how to add it to your website. If you use Google Analytics, you'll see a checkbox that says to use tracking code that's already on your site instead. So does that mean like Google Analytics code will just do it?
That's new.
That's new. That's pretty
Brand new.
awesome. So, I think what they're saying here is if you already have Google Analytics, you can, and you've tied in your Google AdWords with your Google Analytics appropriately, you can be like, hey, I already got Google Analytics code, and they're like, fine,
Cool.
let's remarket to those people.
Not seen that. I
Yeah,
was just
right.
setting this up today. I didn't see that.
Yeah,
but
right.
Whatever.
AdWords will automatically create an all visitors list to get you started, meaning this is the list that like your tracking code is on all of your whole site, and they'll be like, here's your whole visitors list.
So this, to answer Archer's question there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you do put it on every page, and it builds this list that's all visitors. But then you don't use that list, right?
And they are scrumptious.
And the leopard shoes are scrumptious.
That is a brilliant word to use it.
So what they do is they take
Tan
it
Man
and they
would love
fill
that.
this bucket, right?
Yes.
And it's like every visitor that ever comes within X amount of time, right?
Yes.
And so you got all these juicy people.
Yes.
And then you're like, well, I have 5 products.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
Those products.
those products.
Yeah.
And then those people. So you build a list for each one of those products.
Yeah.
And it pulls the people out of the big bucket and shoves them in the little glasses.
Yep.
And then the little glasses are what you serve your ads to.
Yeah. So
Does
if
that
you,
make sense?
to me, you taught me well, Greg. So like you've got tennis shoes, high heels, pumps, and slippers. Not everybody wants all of those. So if they come to your slippers page, you can make a list just about slippers, and then you can make a slippers remarketing campaign
There
that
you
follows
go.
around those people.
There you go.
So like that.
I
There you
get
go.
it.
Yeah, me too. Good. Well, at least we got it.
Yeah,
and that's
somebody
good.
has to.
Yeah, somebody. I always learn a lot coming to this show. Okay, and then here's some examples. Oh no, this is not an example. This is an article. An in-depth comparison of remarketing services. So
Before you ask,
yeah.
remarketing and retargeting,
same
thing.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there one more people are using more these days? I don't really know. I use remarketing, I think.
I use them interchangeably.
Yeah. I just put the link up to this article if you want to read through it. Basically,
Oh, good for you.
I'm so smart. So anyway, so AdRoll is we've used AdRoll a lot, and all these are just networks that of websites that have agreed to allow these networks to serve ads on their site.
Right. Google's only one of them.
Only one of them. So you're basically in what they call maybe an ad exchange network.
Yes.
And when you go to AdRoll, you're buying exposure to a certain group of sites. You go to Google, you're buying exposure to another group of sites.
Yep.
And that's the benefit of using multiple networks.
Right.
You'll get different websites that your ads will appear on. So you can read all about this. This basically, it just goes on here. I'm sorry, you're going to explode or anything? You good? You're
Heart
verklempt?
attack, man.
Oh my God. If you would die or I would die on the show, best views ever.
More views.
I'm telling you.
Can you
So,
imagine how
if
many-
you're going to die anyways, do it on the show.
Can you imagine how many views we'd get if I killed you?
They would take it down. Snuff films, nobody likes them. Nobody likes the snuff films. I mean, I like them.
Yeah.
Chango. I knew this would happen. This day will come. This day will come.
Chango
I've never heard of
Unchained.
this one.
Chango.
Chango.
Chango Unchained.
With the J is silent.
No, so is the...
Or the whatever. I don't know this one. Anyways, you could try it. Try Chango.
There's a list.
There's a list. What else they got here? Triget. Never heard of it. But it doesn't mean anything. Just never retargeter. It goes on and on. Google.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah. And this is not an
a lot.
exhaustive list.
No, no,
Conclusion.
no.
You can see whatever your niche and size of site, there'll be a remarketing platform for you. There's an amazing number of remarketing options.
Oh, we get it.
Good luck. Happy remarketing. Archer says, so there are cussed kids.
Customer IDs
Oh, sorry.
equal a certain page, and then you call lists accordingly. Yes.
Bravo, Archer. Moody.
We knew that you would get it.
That's nice.
Young Padawan.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So here's a couple examples. All right. So here we have.
Just take an example of here's an ad. Here's an ad on the internet, everybody. Enjoy.
Basically, actually, I did. I went to Google image search and stole other people's taking pictures of ads. I didn't even bother to get my own ads. That's how lazy I am. But I like this one because it says you're on a website.
Yeah, and it says SAC. That's
Yeah,
why you liked it.
Definitely. And it says come back and complete your order. So this remarketing ad is for people that abandon their cart. Pretty good.
So the ad that you chose said SAC.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
And back.
It's everything.
Good job.
It's a trifecta.
The next one has
gloriousness.
flops.
Oh yeah, don't worry about that. What my personal time is mine and my remarketers alone. So, anyways,
all right, you're in charge.
Here, this is on CBS Sports. This is just you would maybe see an ad like this, and you're like, why did the stepchild snowboard dirtbag people get up there? I mean, I was just looking at them yesterday. What a coincidence! No coincidence.
We have had people that have seen our remarketing ads.
Yes.
On various sites.
Yes.
And come back and be like, how can you afford to have your ad there?
My wife, Rocky, did that exact thing. She's like, are you buying ads on Reddit? Well, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. She's like,
that's
wow.
remarketing.
Yeah, that's remarketing. It makes you look really big because you could get an ad on CBS Sports.
And anecdotally, have a friend.
Yeah.
And she was on a website. This was a year ago.
Yeah.
She was on a website and she left and forgot what website it was. Right?
Okay.
As one can do.
Yeah.
And they were remarketing. And so she started seeing their ad. And every day it was a little visual cue.
Yeah.
And then she didn't buy and she didn't buy.
Yeah.
And she fell off the list.
Oh my.
And she no more got the ad.
Yeah.
And she was like, Craig, how do I find that?
Oh, no, she was just looking at it. It was like a bookmark.
I can't remember the name of the site. It was everywhere, and I was just a mental bookmark. I was like, I'm going to come back to it on payday, and then
it's gone.
It's gone. And I was like,
that's so sad.
Yeah.
You should mention that you set how long somebody stays on your list.
Yeah.
It's usually 30, 60, or 90 days, right?
You can do longer, but
and you get to decide how many times they see your ad in a day. I think
that's another thing. So I've seen people build a list with a fair amount of people on it, and then they were like, "Well, I want these people on my list for 3 months."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Okay." And then we're like, "Well, how many times should they see the ad?" And they're like, "All the times." And I've literally been on sites that had that, and you'll see target ad, target ad, target ad, target ad, and you'll see like 10 of the same company's ads on like one site, right?
Well, it's interesting when I was researching this. Oh, now I can't find it, but okay. I wanted to show you this. Like, so these people right here, Flex. I was looking up, to write compelling copy. They had one ad. They had these grow time ads, and they were all over the site, and it actually looked beautiful because the ads were nice. It looked like they just had bought out the whole site.
It can, but at the same time, when you're showing your ad that many times, people will click through, and it might cost you money. So you have to still pay attention to your cost per conversion.
Yeah. And this is an ad that you might see on Facebook. So one of the things that AdRoll does nicely is it allows you to buy retargeting or remarketing directly into Facebook. Now, Facebook does that now directly, don't they?
You can do it directly through Facebook now, yes.
So, and I've seen this very ad, like, we're retargeting you. AdRoll's the #1 retargeting platform. So the amazing thing about retargeting is you are just following people where they go.
Right.
And
you don't have to guess.
Yeah. And so you don't have to be like, well, my people aren't on Facebook, or my people aren't on Rush Limbaugh, or my people aren't the pumps for dudes. You don't have to know where they're from.
True.
Because it'll just find it.
Comments.
Let's see. We got to roll. All right, Jim.
Typically, what would you expect to PPC for a targeted ad to one of the viewers?
Are those words a sentence?
Those words are loosely
I think it's
an idea.
A poem.
It's like a haiku.
I'm going to say that, Quentin, that question is, how much would it cost?
You know what? I'm going to say that question is whatever I want it to mean. And so I'm going to say, how much would it cost for us to retarget you viewers at home?
Yes.
You guys are a bunch of cheap asses. So not a lot of money.
What do you see like cost per click?
Oh, way low.
50, 60 cents?
Yeah, or less. It depends. It's how narrow, how targeted can you get? How precise can you get?
Yeah.
And that precision always counts.
Yeah. And if you're in a very expensive market,
right.
There's a guy that sells EDI stuff, $30 a click.
Right.
So if you can somehow get people to your website and then remarket back to them,
it's going to be cheaper.
Yeah.
And the one thing to remember though is that when you're on the display network, you are paying for the space on that site. So it's whatever that bid is on that space on somebody else's site at that moment, right?
Yes.
So a spot on CNN, someone might outbid you. Right? So you might not be as likely to show on CNN as you are over at bodybuildingmanshoes.com. And so that all plays into it.
And in Google, you can even specify what sites you want to show on and not show on.
Exactly. So there are controls in place.
You got a thing against like child pornography? Don't put your ad on them.
You know what?
I don't know why anybody would have something against that.
This is running long.
I know. I gotta go. I think that's what Jim's question was. How much longer is this crap gonna go on?
Stupid show gonna
Well,
happen?
not much, Jimmy. We're leaving. All right, everybody. I hope you found this awesomely awesome. Thank you so much for coming. You guys rock. I hope you enjoy the new fancy setup. Every so often we get inspired to try just to bring it up just one little notch. Not 2 notches at once. That would be ridiculous.
One at a time.
1 notch at a time. And you got anything else to say?
Bye.
Bye, everybody. See you all next time. I forgot where the
stop.
I don't know where it is.
Or push the stop.
I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. Bye. Yes, for real, I want to